Okay, the entire geek world is going crazy right now over this Avengers Doomsday trailer. And I'm going to say for good reason. I can't say whether this movie is going to be a blockbuster. Maybe it is. I will say there is definitely positive traction based on what I just saw from that Avengers Doomsday trailer. So I'm going to get into this article right here from comicbookmovie.com. Avengers Doomsday trailer did the first teaser for Marvel's massive event movie deliver. I'm going to say yes. I didn't look to see. Let me see. Can I open up let me open up my computer going crazy. Trying to open up another browser window, and I'm going to look at Marvel's YouTube channel and see how many views this trailer has gotten in this day already. It's probably going to be massive if I had to guess. 28 million views in 10 hours. That's not small. That is not small at all. So I think people are really feeling this, or at least, I didn't look at the comments. Maybe the comments are saying something different, but we'll see. Tickets for Avengers Doomsday went on sale earlier today, and Marvel Studios surprised fans by releasing the first full trailer for the movie to coincide with the announcement. This teaser is pretty much identical to the one that screened during CinemaCon earlier this year and features shots of heroes from Earth 616, the Fantastic Four's universe, and Fox's X-Men franchise coming together to face the mounting threat of Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom. And in the trailer, I believe it's Doctor Doom speaking, and I don't know, I'm sure that's Robert Downey Jr., and he has on an accent that's supposed to be like a Latvian accent, and man, sounds menacing. As crazy as it is, when I first saw that they were casting Robert Downey Jr., I was like, is this why would they do that? Why not go get someone else? But man, Robert Downey Jr. is a standout actor, and I kind of understand. All right. Standout moments include Doom easily stopping a blow from Thor's Chris Hemsworth's Stormbreaker, and the return of Steve Rogers' Chris Evans, who proves his identity by calling Mjolnir to his hand. Rob from Comics Explained has a very interesting theory about this being the Hydra version of Steve Rogers, and he goes into why he's worthy to hold Thor's hammer. Interesting theory. If that is the case, that would be wild. And the way Doctor Doom stops Thor's Stormbreaker, like with his fingers, I'm like, Thor has to be terrified. And in the narration, Thor is kind of saying, yo, I faced some threats, but this one is different. Like, I'm terrified. So, man, I like the way this is shaping up. As first looks go, it's a suitably exciting preview, teasing just enough to get fans hyped without giving too much away. So why the somewhat tepid response? Which I don't know if the response was tepid. I don't think it was. There's a scene with Gambit facing off against Shang-Chi. I'm not going to lie. Gambit has always been one of my favorite heroes. I'm taking Gambit over Shang-Chi. People might think that's crazy talk, but I'm taking Gambit. Let's see. Though the trailer does seem to have delivered for many fans, others were less impressed. It's just toys mashed together, the movie. And it's clear that was a quote, I guess, from whoever that is. And it's clear that a lot of people have simply lost faith in Marvel Studios. And this is true. I have said this before. Marvel has lost fan capital. And some of that is just simply not coming back. Is it possible it does somewhere in the near future? Yeah, but it would take them producing hit after hit after hit. And when I say hit, I'm not necessarily saying, blockbuster smashes, billion-dollar movies, but consistently releasing things fans want to see. I think that's what it would take. Honestly, it's hard to blame them for being skeptical. Even Marvel's staunchest defenders who would have to admit that the multiverse saga has been a mixed bag, and a new MCU movie is no longer considered the cinematic event it once was. This is true. This is true. Look, as positive as I am, as positive as an outlook as I have, there's no denying this. Marvel movies aren't the event that they were 10, 15 years ago. As previously noted, the fact that this was the same as the CinemaCon teaser probably didn't help, since fans already knew what to expect from the detailed breakdowns that circulated online. This is true, but I think it was still exciting to see. Even so, directors Joe and Anthony Russo's previous Marvel films are widely viewed as the best the MCU had to offer. With this in mind, there is every chance that Doomsday will steer the franchise back on course. And I've said that before. I think it possibly will. Not guaranteed, but I think it's possible. This trailer may not have been the epic first look many hoped it would, but that doesn't mean the movie itself is doomed, all pun intended. And then they showed a teaser trailer down here. Everybody's probably seen this. I'm not going to play it again, but this teaser trailer was as exciting as I needed a trailer to be. It gave just enough, even though there were leaks and people were talking about it. I still think this trailer gave enough to keep my interest and to bring me back for whatever the next trailer is. I'm definitely excited to see this. Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars were hit with significant delays last year, with Doomsday now set to arrive in theaters on December 18th, 2026, and Secret Wars positioned for December 17th, 2027. I don't think the delays were necessarily bad for Marvel. I think Marvel needed delays. I think there needed to be space between some of the stuff Marvel had put out that people really don't like with the new stuff they have coming out, if it is to be good. I think there really needed to be space. I said before, Marvel's best bet is taking a break from making movies and coming back with something that knocks it out the park. Both movies will be directed by the Russo Brothers, who also make their MCU return after helming Captain America, the Winter Soldier, Captain America Civil War, Avengers Infinity War, and Avengers Endgame. And I guess this is a quote. Universes collide and the multiverse saga begins its final chapter in Marvel Studios' Avengers Doomsday. Beloved heroes from 3 distinct universes will be set on a deadly collision course and ultimately face an existential threat unlike anything they've ever encountered. The epic film will lay the foundation for the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And I hope what they do with this is my hope. I hope they take this movie and I hope they close the multiverse. Like, even though there are different multiverses, we know that. I hope they now close the multiversal sagas and just focus on one universe, deal with the heroes in that universe, and move forward, so we're not going back and forth with the time travel, multiverse, and all of that. Just some grounded stories. And speaking of grounded stories, I actually bought the first volume of X-Men Elsewhere from John Byrne, and I'm reading issue number 1 over again, all colored and everything. What a grounded story. That's what Marvel needs. Marvel needs more grounded stories back to their roots. The thing I love about X-Men Elsewhere is it focuses on an existential threat, but with Earth in mind, and it's not necessarily dystopian. I like some of the dystopian stories, but I think there's too much reliance on the dystopian style storytelling. And I like heroes grounded in the current universe with big threats happening and them saving the world. And I'm looking forward to more of that.